All right, Unit 5, Video 5, Factoring Quadratics. And I'm going to go ahead and go through the steps, and then we'll do some examples. Step 1, draw a 2 by 2 square, as you see here. This should look familiar from when we did the multiplication. Step 2, put the first term of the trinomial in the upper left corner and the last term in the lower right corner. So without real examples, there you see that when I'm talking about the upper left, first, bottom right, last. Step 3, multiply the first and last terms. Step 4, find two factors of the resulting product whose sum is the middle term. Step 5, place the factors in the two remaining squares. Step 6, find the greatest common factor, or GCF, of each row and each column. Write them to the left side and above. And step 7, the two entries along the left side are the terms, along the top are the other binomial. All right, step 1 said draw a box that is 2 by 2. Done. Step 2 said put the first term in the top left and put the last term in the bottom right. Check. Done. Step 3 said multiply the first and last terms. So in this case, I'm multiplying 1 times 12, which gives me 12. Step 4, find two factors that are going to equal that middle term. The middle term in this problem is a 7. So I'm listing out my factors. Well, 12 is 1 times 12, 2 times 6, or 3 times 4. So then I ask myself, which pair, when in this case added together, because these are both positives, is going to equal 7? That pair right there, the 3 and the 4. So I'm going to write a 3x and a 4x up here. 3x, the plus 4x. Okay? Now, step 6 said, find the greatest common factor of each row and each column. Write them to the side and to the above. So, between an x squared and a 3x, the common factor would be an x. Between a 4x and a 12, the common factor would be a plus 4. Between an x squared and a 4x, the common factor would be an x. And between a 3x and a 12, the common factor would be a plus 3. So when I actually put them together in factored form, I get x plus 3, x plus 4, and I now have factored this trinomial. And that is exactly what you see here. You just see the steps, the box, and the factored form. Okay, so the example is 6x squared plus 17x plus 12. I went ahead and did step 1 and step 2 for you, which was draw the box and put them in the right places. Now I need to multiply. When I multiply the first and the last term, I get 72, because 6 times 12 is 72. Now I need to list the factors and figure out which pair equals 17. All right, now there is a quick way on your graphing calculator to list all the factors. If you simply go to the y equals button and you type in like this example, type in 72 divided by x, and then go to your table, so second graph button, which is your table, you're going to see your list of factors. So here I have 72, and I'm going to list the rest out for you. Okay, so here are the factors. And as you can see, 8 times 9 equals 72. So then once I get to 9 times 8 equals 72, I have looped around. Okay, so I know that I'm done with the list of factors. So I'm looking for which pair, when added together, is going to give me a 17x. Well, there's only one pair, and both of them have to be positive, because you see here I have a positive and positive. There's only one pair that's going to get that job done, which is my 8 and 9. So I'm going to place those in my boxes. And now I'm going to go ahead and find my GCF, my greatest common factor, of each row and each column. Okay, so working with my 6x squared and 9x, I pull out a 3x. Working with 8x and 12, I pull out a plus 4. 6x squared and 8x, I pull out a 2x. And 9x and 12, I pull out a plus 3. So when I have factored them, I get 3x plus 4 times 2x plus 3. And that is what you see there. That is the simplified version of the box and the factored form. All right, next example, 4x squared plus 5x minus 6. So I did the first 2 steps, drew the box, put the 4x squared in the top left, the negative 6 in the bottom right. Now I'm going to multiply the 4 times the negative 6. 4 times negative 6 is a negative 24. So now I need to list the factors of 24. And again, realizing One of them is going to have to be positive, one has to be a negative. Okay, now looking at these factors, I want to ask myself, if one is a positive and one is a negative, which of these factored pairs is going to get equal my middle term of 5x? Well, the only one that's going to do it is that 3 and that 8. So I'm going to go ahead and write a 3x and an 8x, but I need to remember, one of them has to be a positive, one has to be a negative. 8's got to be the positive, 3 has to be the negative. Put that up there since I made that weird, for it to work, because I have a positive 5x that I need those two combined to be. Now I'm going to find the greatest common factor between each row and each column. So between 4x squared and 8x, I get a 4x. Between a negative 3x and a negative 6, I get a negative 3. Between a 4x squared and a negative 3x, I get an x. And between an 8x and a negative 6, I get a 2. So my factor would be 4x minus 3 times x plus 2.